Are you over 60? Then please, stop doing regular squats. I want to tell you about something I find fascinating. In the remote villages of Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's original blue zones, researchers often see men and women, well into their 90s, who can sit down on the floor and stand right back up without even using their hands. Meanwhile, here in the West, we have a crisis. We spend billions on gym memberships, supplements, and knee replacements. We are told by fitness magazines to feel the burn, push through pain, and do hundreds of representatives. And yet, the statistics are clear. Mobility issues are the #1 reason seniors lose their independence in the United States. So why is there such a huge disconnect? For a long time, Western fitness has focused on building muscle through isolated exercises. But ancient wisdom, and now new data from longevity researchers at top universities, suggests we've been looking at movement all wrong. It wasn't just their diet that kept those Okinawans so incredibly mobile. It was a specific movement blueprint that was woven into their daily life. If you're over 60 and your knees click, pop, or ache when you bend down, or if you simply fear that day when getting out of a chair becomes a real struggle, please, stay with me. You're about to discover the 5 lost movements that can help restore your joint fluid, bulletproof your balance, and keep you independent for decades to come. And the best part? You can stop doing those painful, repetitive regular squats immediately. Before we unlock these secrets, do me a quick favor. Scroll down and let me know your name and where you're re-watching from in the comments. I absolutely love seeing our global community of vitality seekers growing every single day. Alright, let's re-engineer your hips and knees. We are counting down from number 5 to the #1 most important movement for longevity. Coming in at number 5, the foundation reset. I want you to forget the air squat. Stop trying to do those freestanding squats where you lower yourself into thin air, wobbling and wondering if your knees are going to hold out. That is just a recipe for stress and potential injury. Instead, find a sturdy chair or a bench. Stand right in front of it, with your feet shoulder-width apart. Now, slowly lower yourself until your glutes just barely brush the surface of the seat. Do and sit down fully, and then rise back up. The whole time, imagine there's a string pulling the crown of your head straight up toward the sky. Why does this work so much better? It changes the neurological signal. Researchers from the University of Exeter found that the fear of falling actually inhibits your muscles from working properly. By knowing that chair is there, you quiet your nervous system. This allows you to engage your glutes without overloading the tendon in your knee. You are safely retraining your brain's spatial awareness. You'll feel a sense of security return to your movement. Instead of grinding your knees, you are waking up your posterior chain, the real engine of your body. Here's a great tip. Do this during commercial breaks while you're watching TV. And if your knees hurt, just stack a pillow on the chair to make the distance you have to travel a little shorter. Number 4, the static anchor. Forget bouncing reps. Western fitness culture loves repetition. Up, down, up, down. But for joints that have seen 60, 70, or more years of use, all that friction is the enemy. It's time to stop the bouncing. Instead, find a clear wall in your home. Lean your back flat against it and slide down until your knees are just slightly bent. You don't need to go to a full 90 degrees. Just hold it right there. Breathe deep into your belly. Hold for about 20 to 30 seconds. This uses a concept called isometric loading. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine revealed that isometric exercises are actually superior for pain management in tendons compared to exercises with movement. You're strengthening the muscle fibers without grinding the cartilage. This creates a surge of stability without all the wear and tear. You'll feel a warm hum in your thighs. That is the feeling of safety. You're building a corset of muscle around the knee joint, protecting it like a shield. Here's a tip for you. While you hold it, press your heels firmly into the floor. This simple act activates your hamstrings and takes even more pressure off the front of your knees. Now for number 3, the Sumo hinge. Forget the narrow stance. Most people are taught to squat with their feet directly under their hips. This is a very Western posture, and structurally, it can jam the thigh bone into the hip socket if you lack mobility. Stop forcing your body into this narrow box. Instead, take a stance that is significantly wider than your shoulders. Turn your toes out at about a 45-degree angle. This is the stance of a sumo wrestler, a symbol of grounded, stable power. Now, keeping your chest high, simply bend your knees slightly while pushing your hips back. You don't need to go deep at all. Anatomically, This rotates your thigh bone in a way that opens up the hip girdle. It relieves that feeling of being pinched. By widening your base, you shift the load from your delicate knee joint to the powerful adductor muscles of your inner thigh. It also promotes circulation to the pelvic floor, an area that's often neglected in senior fitness. You will feel a stretch and an opening in your hips that feels almost like relief. It's less of a workout and more of a lubricating motion for your joints. Here is a little tip. Clasp your hands at your chest in a prayer position. This helps keep your spine upright and dignified, preventing that slump we often associate with aging. Moving on to number 2, the Flamingo stabilizer. Forget the leg press machine. Sitting in a machine and just pushing weight with your legs does absolutely nothing for your balance. It creates what I call dumb muscles that don't know how to react to gravity in the real world. Instead, stand next to a kitchen counter or a sturdy chair for support. Place 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, like you're taking a large step. Keep your weight centered between your feet. Now, slowly lower your back knee toward the ground just a few inches, and then rise back up. This is all about neuroplasticity. As we age, we tend to lose unilateral strength on one leg at a time, which is a primary cause of falls. Think about it. When you walk, you are technically on one leg 80% of the time. This movement forces those deep stabilizer muscles to fire up. Stanford researchers have noted that balance-integrated strength training is the single best predictor for avoiding hip fractures. You aren't just building muscle, you are building confidence. You will start to walk with more certainty, knowing your legs can support you independently. A quick tip for this one: keep your torso vertical. Imagine you are sliding your back down an invisible wall. Don't lean forward. And now, the number 1 most important movement for longevity, the primal crouch. Forget avoiding the floor. We have been taught that the floor is dangerous and something to stay away from. But in the blue zones, the floor is just another piece of furniture. This is the holy grail of mobility. Hold onto a sturdy door frame or a heavy table leg. Walk your feet in close to the object. Now, leaning back, using your arms as a counterweight so there is zero weight on your knees, allow your hips to sink down as low as they can comfortably go. Just hang there. You can even sway gently side to side. This mimics the resting squat used by our ancestors and by millions of people in Asia today. It creates a traction effect on your lower back, decompressing the vertebrae. More importantly, it squeezes stale fluid out of your knee cartilage and, as you stand up, it rushes fresh, nutrient-rich synovial fluid back into the joint. It is literally a biological oil change for your knees. You will feel an immense release in your lower back and a freeing sensation in your hips. It reconnects you to the ground. Here's a very important tip: do not force this. If you can only go down 6 inches, that is your starting line. Respect your body's current limit, but invite it to go a little deeper over time. Now, I want you to take a deep breath. If you tried these movements and felt stiff, or maybe couldn't go as deep as you imagined, I want you to know something. You are not behind. You are just getting started. Western society tells us that aging is a steady decline. That pain is inevitable. That is a lie. Your body is a miraculous, adaptive organism. It is just waiting for the right signal. However, a crucial safety warning: pain is not progress. If you feel any sharp pain, stop immediately. And please, consult with your doctor. We are not trying to fight our bodies. We are trying to flow with them. The goal isn't to look like a bodybuilder. The goal is to possess the quiet, durable vitality of those centenarians in Okinawa. It's not a workout. It's a return to being human. So, I have a question for you today. Which of these 5 movements feels the most necessary for your body right now? Is it the static anchor for your knees? Or maybe the primal crouch for your back? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Here's to your vitality. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.